in order on Wednesday, April 20th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Pledge of Allegiance, silent meditation.
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Statement. Statement regarding the meeting notice. The agenda for the meeting was sent to the Shawano Leader and Results Broadcasting. Copies of the agenda were also posted at Village Hall, Bonneville State Bank, and Bonneville Library. Can I have approval of the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary.
I'll second.
Motion by Kelly, second by Hanstein, to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Can I have approval of the March 13th, 2024 minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from Wednesday, March 13th, 2024.
Second. Motion by Court, second by Page, to approve the minutes from March 13th, 2024. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Acknowledgement of citizenship open forum. Communications, petitions, correspondence.
None.
None. Committee reports. Committee of the whole is on file. Items are coming to the board. Police Department report. Chief Keith Fisher.
Give you a little report there. It's pretty self-explanatory. I think the only thing I'd like to touch on is the plan for habitual truancy. So I've talked to the SRO and the school a little bit about that. The school is doing very well with their truancy compared to neighboring districts, but still, I think it's an issue. And they think it's an issue too. Our goal is to keep the kids in school as much as possible. And I talked to Tom Martell. I proposed my plan and what that entails, and essentially that's issuing a citation at a high dollar amount and then kind of like a deferred prosecution basis. So they would go to court, it'd be a mandatory court appearance. They go to court before the judge, the municipal judge, and says, okay, you stay in school, you get to school, your attendance is good. If you're old enough and you're not in extracurricular activities, you find a job or do something productive, and come back and see me in, X amount of time, and then we'll do something different with that citation instead of paying it. I've had really good luck with that in the past, and that's worked well. And I'll talk more about that probably at the next, not this COW meeting, but the next COW meeting. This is just using our current municipal ordinances and just a little bit more efficiently, I think. DPW set up the speed board. It's working. Hopefully you've all seen it. It's out in front of St. Paul. I sat there today, and I did notice that a lot of people slow down when they see the sign, so that's good. Any questions about anything else on there?
One question I had is we had put into place a thing for the alarm calls at Dollar General. So were you,
I don't know if we told about it or not.
Yeah, what's that? What's going on?
they've been a repeat offender
So we-
Okay.
constantly, and we've set up a charge for them to hopefully get them to where they can better train their people,
Uh-huh.
which I don't know if it's work or not, because they're going out so fast. Anyhow, I don't know if she can send you that.
It's an ordinance, so it's a alarm ordinance we have because they're supposed to.
And it's not just for them.
School too.
But it's for anybody,
It's
but
for
like
anybody,
they get the
but
sure,
first
yeah.
two
They're
or
frequent
whatever's
flyers.
warnings, and then if it continues, then we start getting charged. So I will send you that.
Okay.
Fire department report on file. EMS report on file. Clerk treasurer's report.
The election results are in there. Matt is joining us tonight. He was elected as a new trustee, and Johnny will be leaving us after tonight. So thank you, Johnny, for your time on the board.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah,
You see me over
yeah, well, we might recruit you for something else yet. Liquor licenses, those are, I have on here that they went out, they're actually going out tomorrow. This year, the state has changed all the liquor license forms. And
Nice.
cigarette form, license forms, applications. So it's going to be a little bit more work for the establishment. So Jen has been working on getting a letter and trying to make it as clear as possible what we need. So it's just more paperwork. I have actually webinar next week on it, and I know they're talking about standardizing the operator's licenses too. So, like the application,
Yeah,
because every municipality can do what they want. So I know there's been talk about that too, but they've combined a bunch of forms with these new applications, and they've asked for a lot more information from the establishment. So, okay. And then just been helping Jesse try to get stuff out for the grant and whatever else comes in there.
How's the barricades program?
The Bear the Barricades, we've delivered all the stuff to the businesses to participate. We've had a few calls on it, a couple of emails and Facebook messages on how it works. We have a few more to deliver that aren't open beginning of this week, so I think most places are open tonight. There's like 3 places we have to go that and drop off their stuff. So. Then Jen's gonna start planning next week, scheduling the guest appearances. So there's a pop-up event. So we'll be working on that too.
you gonna be busy, Jesse?
We're gonna see the cost. Got part of the cost.
We'll see. It's a big secret. We will find out together.
Good luck.
Yeah, we haven't showed him yet. Work in progress.
Okay, municipal operations department report, Jesse Rankin.
As you can tell, 117 is well underway. They are actually a little bit ahead of schedule. They're moving into phase 2 water line replacement. It's going to be using mostly the turn lane in the middle, the twiddle in the middle. So that's what they call it. I didn't
I
make it up.
know, I just hate it.
Next week, we should be pressurizing and getting our safe test back from the DNR for phase 1 water line completion. Once we're done with that, then we'll start hooking up services. Next week, Wednesday and Thursday, the Martell is going to be doing the curb and gutter on, I'm talking about phase 1 specifically. And once that's complete, then they'll do the road and the grading and everything else after that. So it's moving right along. It's on schedule, maybe a little ahead of schedule. I don't want to jinx us though. Minor confusion with a few cars. I should say a semi didn't think they could get through. We tried to wave him through. He didn't go. He went all the way around. Complained to KI. KI come out complain. Misunderstanding. But they're well aware that we got to keep South Street open for KI and that other businesses along there. I have a meeting with the engineers and the DOT every Wednesday to go over items and things of that nature. So they're well clear. We want to keep that open for just not KI, but also the Cecil Sports Shop, Citco, and everybody else that has them are basically the 2 that don't have any other access. So other than that, I think it's going pretty good. We haven't had any change orders, which means more money. So everything on that's looking pretty good. Next week, I will be sitting down with Rupert and Milky to finalize a plan for Sunrise Court before we put it out for bid. They're working on the numbers, what it's going to cost. It's slightly up from what they originally estimated, but I should have more information for it, not this Friday, but the following Friday, and then hopefully send it out for bid and get some good responses back so we can get that road put in. Spring cleanup has gone, I guess depends upon what side of the fence you sit on, has gone very well. Meaning normally we take about 3 loads to the dump. We have taken 10 loads so far this year. A little confusion on the messaging because people see trash out there, large items, and they call here and say, well, I'll put mine out Thursday. The original intent was you put it out there Tuesday, we'll get to it by Thursday. But now everybody's putting everything out, so we'll just continue to pick up until Thursday. And then Friday, we'll pick up branches that are still laying around because that last snowstorm had a lot of branches down, and I know some people got them piled up, but we'll pick them up on Friday. The Weed Act application at Triborough, Wisconsin. So today, with the help of Michelle did a lot of work on this, submitted the Weed Act application, so we should get our funding by July 1st. So that'd be $25,000. We have a budget broke down of where we put the money towards a redevelopment authority, engineering for the Sunrise Court for the housing, and then also lawyer fees for Sunrise Court to get all that taken care of. So we'll get $25,000 on this grant award on July 1st. I think we can resubmit for our other $25,000, I want to say right away in August. So that's moving along pretty good. It's pretty much, I ain't gonna say an automatic bid, but there was a lot of work we had to put into it to get to appease Triborough, Wisconsin. Because we are the guinea pig for it. This is the first year they're doing it. We want it. And we're one of the first ones to have our applications complete. TV and jetting was complete. Nothing exciting to report there. I'll get the full report probably in about a month to see if there's anything we need to fix. But as far as that went, everything went well.
Board reports, zoning board of appeals, none. Library board, none. Plan commission, we met, items coming to the board. Fire commission,
I guess I didn't put it
I
in.
didn't see anything.
Yeah, there is a fire commission. I'll include it next time. And they are meeting earlier. They're gonna be meeting May 2nd. There's some decisions that they need to make.
Miscellaneous reports,
And then
new business. Discussion of possible action on resolution 2024-05. Approving certified survey map for Joyce Notsky parcels 107-17210-0010 and 022-17120-0010.
This came to the plan commission. What it is that Joyce Notsky wants to, if you look at the certified survey map where it says lot 1, see where it says lot 1, and then it also has a pond. So they're creating an outlot where that pond is. There is an easement that travels all the way through the lots, all the way to outlot number 1, lot 3, or outlot number 3. You can see the dash line. There's no requirement that it doesn't fail to meet for the county, the state, or ourselves. So the planning commission recommends the approval of the certified survey map.
Okay. I'll introduce resolution 2024-05, certified survey map.
I'll second it.
Introduced by Kelly, second by Court. Resolution 2024-05, survey map, Joyce Notsky. Is there any discussion? Hearing on roll call.
Court,
Yes.
Ottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yep.
Page,
Yep.
Stashik, yes, Game.
Yes. Passed. Discussion and possible action approving signage application for 446 North Cecil Street, worldwide signs.
This is brought from the plan commission again. You can see the signs that they have there. They're gonna put on one on the front and then 2 on the sides. The wall-mounted signs that meets the minimum it's below the minimum square footage requirement for wall-mounted signs. The height and the lighting all meets the current ordinance. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the signage at Worldwide Sign. Second that.
Motion by Hanstein, second by Stashik. Approving the signage application for worldwide signs. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action approving the park donation program.
So this is something that we've been talking about at committee of the whole. So you all should be well aware of it. It has a different levels of support. I know that we're still setting up the PayPal account.
Yeah, the checking account is set up. Brenda, did they grab you to sign? Okay. So I think everyone has signed now. I signed the last one that today, I think. And so Jen has the account. She's working with PayPal right now to get our business account set up. So once we get that set and approval, we can get that on our website and start promoting.
I guess I'm also, I guess we can put it on the website,
Correct,
even if we don't have PayPal set up, so if
Right.
somebody wants to come in and drop off.
right. And I don't think, she was working with the guy. I know she was emailing them back and forth, so I'm not
Okay.
sure where that's at, so. It'll be fun.
I'll make a motion to approve the park donation program.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Court to approve the park donation program. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action approving the Yard of the Month program.
There's also something from the committee of the whole that we brought forward. We changed a little bit from, we were gonna start it in May, but we're gonna do it June, so that way we have time to get nominations in. Next year we'll kick it off in May. But essentially, nothing's changed. Anybody can register, you can nominate yourself. And then at, what was it, first week, we put in there, right?
That we would make it,
Who do we say? Myself.
me,
Yes.
you, Keith, and then one of the board members.
Oh, yeah. So us three and one
And
board
Ross.
member.
And Russ, and then one of the board members.
So we'll rent a van that day and drive around. with it.
I know a guy.
But yeah, essentially they get a sign put out in their yard and then a $50 credit on their water bill.
I'll make a motion to approve the Yard of the Month program.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Stashik to approve the Yard of the Month program. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on approval of first quarter per diems.
So the per diems for this first quarter are in there. And if anyone's had a chance to look at it, if I missed anything, anyone needs to be added. Okay, you will get paycheck or quarterly payments, and these will be on the next paycheck. So
I'll make a motion to approve per diems for the first quarter.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Holstein. To approve the first quarter per diems. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Unfinished business. Discussion and possible action on appointments to boards, commissions, and committees.
This will have to be all re-looked at, so I'll get you the sheets, for who's up, because it's not just like the few that we're missing.
Okay.
So actually, we have till the 16th, but they're on board yet, so I'll get you that this week so you can start reaching out to people and, maybe Johnny wants to get on board. Now that he's
Not, now he's not on board.
He's not on board, he could be on a commission or another board, so he might be available, so.
Let's call him. Holy.
So at this point, I think we just by consensus move it to the next meeting, when Russ has time to look through who's up and what's gotta be replaced.
Sounds good.
Approval of payments, Michelle Marashik.
The payments are in there for, this last month. The only thing that's larger this month for payments is we do have a general obligation note due this month for the 2016 refund and bond, so that is like $140-ish. So that's in there. Other than that, the rest is pretty typical stuff, I believe, so.
Make a motion to approve the payments.
Motion by Kelly, second by Page. To approve the payments. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Treasurer's report, Michelle Marashik.
The treasurer's report is in there. Numbers you'll see are updated. The biggest one that was updated was the ARPA fund. I don't know if I updated that last month, but the fund balance is there. Now what's left after doing engineering and stuff already for 117, that was in there before, but I've adjusted that now. I haven't heard anything on our audit. I know I had some PSC questions, so once we get the audit, journal entries back, then I'll be able to remove the 23 distribution and the report will be different, but I haven't heard anything on when that'll be done.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. Second, I guess that was contingent.
Motion by Stashik, second by Hattenstein to approve the treasurer's report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Announcements.
Plan Commission is going to be meeting April 22nd at 6 PM. Committee of the Whole will be the 24th. Fire Commission will be meeting on May 2nd. And then for the cow meeting next month, I'm wondering if we can do 5:30, May, whatever that would be.
Eight,
What is it?
May 8th.
No,
No, that's the regular.
Now, okay, 22nd.
22nd? May 22nd at 5:30. Reason being is, Dave Schmidt is gonna come and talk to us about, we are out of compliance for, the village. So we reassessed 2 years ago, we're out of compliance. Most municipalities are out of compliance already, even though they just reevaluated and reassessed. Reason
According to
being,
who?
huh?
According to
The
who?
state.
Oh, that explains.
Yep, so we have, last year we were out of compliance for commercial. Commercial is back in, the village residential or property itself is out. You have 4 years to get back into compliance, basically. So at the 4th year, they send you a letter. And then the 5th year, if you do nothing or aren't started on it, they will send in their own people to come and assist you. And you pay whatever they want. So Dave has a plan, I've talked to him. We're going to push it a little bit rather than say, hey, let's reassess this year. So we're going to push it to that 4th year when we get the first letter, and we'll start the reassessment at that point. So by the 5th year, we're pretty much done with the reassessment and we'll be back in compliance. But out of, I don't remember how many municipalities there are in Shawano County, but more than almost 3/4 of them are out of compliance on one or the other. Some have already gotten letters.
How does that happen?
Basically, the state says that there's a fair market value of properties because everything is selling crazy for prices way above what fair market is. What we assessed at 2 years ago isn't even close to what things are coming in at now. So when we sell a property now, like let's say property sells this year and Dave goes to reassess it, you know, if there was some work done or whatever, it's now the new rate, it's the new number. And so, you know, everything goes up and that's not what the base was. Our base is like here and we're way up here now, you know, because of the way things are selling. So we're not the only ones. And I think they're gonna have to probably, that's probably on one of their act, maybe 78 or something is gonna be this year. They're gonna have to look at that because there are so many that are out of compliance. We get the whole list of the whole state and all the jurisdictions. There's a ton.
How's that gonna, like, how much is that gonna affect the budget?
Well, so what we'll do is, it won't affect the budget as far as being out of compliance, but when we go to reassess, last time we reassessed, it was about $27,000 to reassess. And that was over a 2-year period, we financed, or we did, budgeted for it, so we budgeted half for 1 year and half for the next year. So, and then Dave worked with us, and he took he was still kind of working and started to retire, so he took payments, you know, monthly, so it worked out okay, but we did budget for it for 2 years. Knowing that we have to do it, we can budget for it then. So we'll be looking at high budgeting already, next year for part of it, and then following year for the other half of it, depending on what it would cost. But that 27,000 was mileage, postage, papers, because there's a lot of things you gotta send out. You know, it's doing the actual assessment, it's so much per assessment, and hopefully we got some understand, but like you said, you know, you shoot for 100%, but maybe this next time we shoot for like 105, 110%, so that we're not out of compliance right away. But he's been talking to the state, because he's like, everybody's like this, like, who do we do? So it's not just like us. Right? He's gonna come and talk about that a little bit more, he's probably way better at explaining it than I am, but, he had graphs and stuff and explained it, how, you know, here's the number, and when you're selling a house at 400,000 and it's really only valued at 200, it just skews, you know, that's what we had a fair market it at, you know, so.
But I mean, if the house is only really worth 200 and people are paying like,
And that's what he said, so he had asked the state if there was a way to redo it, like, okay, so let's look at Lee's gas station. I don't know what the actual number was that it sold for, but whole place in general, like he said, is worth maybe 300,000, the way it's set, 400,000 at most. Sells for 800,000. Why? I don't know, because somebody wants it. Same thing with a house. It's probably worth 200,000, but they're gonna pay 400,000 because location, it's where they want, and it's the only thing available. So he said all those factors just, he asked the state if he could look at it and say, okay, I know it's only worth the bones, you know, the brick mortar, what's in it is worth 300,000. But I know someone's gonna pay, let's say 600,000. Can I assess it at that, or can I adjust for that? He can only, the programs that they are using, if you type it in and it tells you what it should be per square footage of the house, you know, if it's got X amount of bathrooms, the program does that all pretty much. He can kind of adjust it if we need to, but like you said, I can only put in brick and mortar and that's it, and what's actually there. That doesn't take into effect what people are gonna pay because they want it. So I mean, you look at a standard house here in town, and maybe you look at the value of it, and it's 200,000 because of the way it's laid out. But now you all have seen, they're going way more than that. So, like you said, there's no way to assess for that, and they can't go with what the market's doing. They have to go by what the brick and mortar is. So what the actual building is worth.
which is good because if they do the assessments on what it's.
Oh, God.
Everybody's in, actually gonna increase.
Correct.
Okay,
Right,
that's what I
so
was good about.
your appraisal and assessment are two different
Okay.
things. So like when you get an appraisal from the bank, that's way different. You want that to be high. Your assessment, you want it to be low.
Okay, yes.
So, you know,
That's what I was
and
wondering.
it's totally different. And like I said, we have, we use Market Drive, which is a state approved program. And I can show if you ever want to see it. It's got every property record. It's got a picture, it's got when it was built, it's got all the details that Dave has done over the years, any notes on the property. We have a lot of realtors request those, so we do those. But in there, when he puts it in, it pretty much self-calculates what that place should be worth according to that. So I think the state's gonna have to look at that program or those programs to see, do they up what things are worth? You know, I don't know. So yeah, it's a kind of a crazy thing. So he wants to come to that May 22nd meeting, but he has an obligation at 6:30 in Pulaski, so he was wondering if he could do 5:30. And then that should be it. I think. Anything else, Jesse?
Usually I focus on the first one.
Yeah. Huh?
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Court, second by Stachek. To adjourn, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned at 6:30 PM.
Oh, great hanging out with you.